All right, class, welcome back. We're still in section 7.7, talking about complex numbers. Quick review, imaginary units have the letter I, and the value of I is the square root of -1. The value of I squared is -1. And we're going to be talking about complex numbers. These are numbers that are written in this format, and we want to know how to add or subtract them. We're just going to treat this like it says x, or a polynomial. So if I had x squared plus 5x minus 1, and I wanted to add that to, say, 4x minus 3, I'm literally going to say, hey, these are like terms and these are like terms. So I would get x squared plus 9 plus 9x minus 4. So I'm just combining like terms. Well, like terms are exactly what you think. Again, we're going to treat i's as like terms. So what would the example look like if I were going to add imaginary numbers or complex numbers? So numbers that are written in this form of a plus bi. So say like I have 5 plus a 3i, and I want to add that to 3, negative 3 plus a 2i. Well, I'm literally going to say, well, I can combine 5 and negative 3 because it's addition. So I'm going to say 5 plus a negative 3 is going to be 2. And 3i plus a 2i is going to give me a 5i. When I combine these, I combine their coefficients. 3 plus 2 is 5. I'm still talking about I. So this is the simplified form. That's literally adding. Pretty simple concept here, and one that you are super familiar with at this point. Let's do a few more of these. How subtraction looks different. Can you remember when we were subtracting these previously? If I had, say, a 2x minus 9, and I wanted to subtract a negative 7x plus 3, I needed to distribute this negative. This negative belongs to all of the terms that come after it. So this is as if I'm taking a -1 and distributing it in. So really I'm going to have a plus 7x and a minus 3. And then I'm just going to combine. So 7 and 2 is going to give me 9, talking about x. And 9 and 3, that's a -9, and a -3 is going to give me -12. Again, what this negative does right here is it changes both of these signs to a positive and a negative. So that's if I have an x. But what if I have an imaginary number? So say like I have 8i plus 3, and I want to subtract a 5 minus i. Well, that negative right here is going to distribute in, and that's going to give me a -5 plus I instead. Now when I combine, I'm going to combine my constants first. So I'm going to get a -2, and then I'm going to combine i's. Well, I have 8i here and a 1i here for a total of 9i. Just got to watch your signs there. So this is what subtraction looks like. We could have a couple of different examples. We could go through here. Say like you had 8i and you wanted to subtract, say you have 11i and you want to subtract 6 minus 4i. Well, again, this negative here is going to distribute, so that's going to give me a -6 and a plus 4i. When I combine, the -6 can't combine with anything, it's just going to be -6. But when I combine 11 and 4, I'm going to get a positive 15i. We're just going to treat I like it's x. So again, combine its coefficients, it's still I. What if I had like a -4 minus a 2i, and I want to subtract a -7? Well, remember that subtracting a negative here is just like adding 7. So a -4 plus 7 would give you a positive 3. So if you're looking at these and combining them, we're not multiplying here, we're combining like terms. So just have 3 and then a -2i. The tendency here will be to oversimplify or feel like it's too easy, so you want to do more to it. but it's straightforward, and you should be able to add or subtract these complex numbers for the exam.